Welcome back to the channel. On today's show, we're going to be analyzing why Tampa Bay Buccaneers might have one of the most underrated offenses in the league, and comparing some of the numbers to some of the elite quarterbacks in the league, and to see if Tampa Bay really has a shot to get it over the hump this year and become Super Bowl champions in this 2025 season. It's the Buc'n Die Hard show. Let's go.
Whoop, whoop. Here I come.
Alrighty, welcome back to the channel. All of you guys that are new to the channel, remember, like, comment, and subscribe below so that we can continue to produce good and great content here at the Buc'n Die Hard channel. So, and those of you that have followed us on the journey of the channel at the Buc'n Die Hard podcast, thank you. I appreciate you. And nevertheless, let's get right into it. I like to get right into it. Today's topic I wanted to cover was why possibly Tampa Bay is looked at as maybe one of the most underrated teams and offenses in the NFL, and that's really not the case. Today we're going to break down some analytics, look at some other quarterbacks over the league, and just compare some of the numbers. And then I want you guys' opinion. Tell me what you think. You know, how do you feel? Do you feel Tampa Bay has what it takes this year going into the 2025 season to get over the hump? After we compare some of the numbers and we can actually see and bring into perspective what Tampa Bay has really did this year and last year, but had a great draft this year, bought in a lot of depth, and they bought in some great weapons, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But let's just get right into it. I believe, for me, as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan, you know, I'm a Buc'n Die Hard fan. That's why this is the Buc'n Die Hard show. People sometimes often, and I don't want to get off topic because I know this is a channel that we dedicate to sports and we dedicate to analytics and other things on the web. But I just want to say this, man. People sometimes, they can categorize you, and once they fit you into a box, you know, and want to cap your potential, it's easier to just dismiss you instead of paying attention to the writing on the wall, or maybe necessarily things that are going on right in front of their eyes. You know, once they put you in a certain spot, they figure, you know, they want you to identify with the persona of how they envision you. And I'm gonna tell you, don't let them do that. Continue to prove folks wrong. Continue to strive. Continue to be the best you that you can. And I believe that's what we have in the captain and QB1 of our team in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Baker, since he came in the league with his short stint with Cleveland, was great. Moved around a couple other teams in the league to the Carolina Panthers. He moved around also to the Los Angeles Rams out there on the West Coast with Sean McVay. But within the last 2 years, Baker has found that dog again. And I don't think that he lost the dog. The dog was always there. The grit was always there. The dude was always there. All you hear from the media, even when you interview some of the other players, Mike Evans, you talk to Chris, you talk to Tristan about Baker, it's the same. He's a guy's guys. He's a football guy. He's a dude's dude. You know, he's a gritty. He's a passionate. You know, a lot of people want to paint the narrative of this chip on his shoulder thing. It's all about internally what's inside of you. And I believe Baker has what we need to get to the next level. Let's see what some of the numbers have to say. Last year, according to ESPN.com, we're just going to go over some of the stats of some of the top quarterbacks that were over the league last year. And then we're going to compare and really see what you guys think as into, is Tampa really in position to be in contention for a championship this year? And I believe so myself personally, not just because I'm a Buccaneers fan, but because the numbers don't lie. Last year, Baker finished up with 4,500 yards, 41 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. And although the interceptions were a rough statistic and spiky, he finished with a QBR last year of 61.6. That put him at 13th place in the league. But let's check out Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. Another great football team, great organization. But Josh Allen last year in the 2024 season finished up with 3,731 yards, 28 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, so 10 less than Baker. And he finished with a QBR of 77.3. Placed him second in the league in QBR with just 10 less interceptions than Baker. Now let's go to the MVP, Mr. Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar last year finished up with 4,172 yards, 41 touchdowns also, 4 interceptions, and a QBR of 77.3. Made him and finished him. Lamar finished first place last year. Although they did not win the championship, as far as his QBR and his stats and statistics, Lamar finished first last year. And then we go to the Super Bowl champs with Mr. Hurts himself and Jalen. Jalen finished up last year with 2,903 yards, 18 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and a QBR of 65.6. Placed him at 10th in the league. And they still became the Super Bowl champions. Now, when you compare first place to second place, Baker and Lamar's numbers almost shadow each other outside of the interception percentage. Baker threw about 12 more interceptions than Lamar Jackson last year, which shows you how critical it is to taking care of the ball, protecting the ball, and giving other teams opportunities to capitalize on your mistakes and errors. And because of that small margin, even though Baker threw over 4,500 yards, his interception ratio to touchdown ratio finished him with a QBR of 61.6. But his numbers still say 41 touchdowns with 4,500 yards. Puts him in the same company and conversation as really Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, and the Super Bowl champion Jalen Hurts. To me, by the numbers, if we continue to see, in which we have with Baker, an increase of production from 2023 to 2024 after he took the helm from Tom Brady, which was a great thing to do, coming in to take over that position at QB1 after the GOAT, finishing up, coming off of a Super Bowl and being that next man on deck. Baker has superseded, and I believe that he has the team locked in this year. And those guys are so ready and fired up and ready to go. And it just as me as well. I can't wait for the season to start and see what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are really going to do. But why the Tampa Bay Buccaneers continue to seem to be one of the most underrated teams is crazy. And it's not as if we already don't have Hall of Famer, first ballot Hall of Famer, Mike Evans, future Hall of Famer, and Chris Godwin, which are already 1,000 yards receivers. We brought in a couple additions, rookies that are really in minicamp getting buzz. And these guys, I've heard things about Emeka, I'm referencing, and Tez Johnson. Guys who know how to be quarterback friendly, how to get open, have good route running skills. Guys whose QBR or how to their play of the ball is, their IQ is off of the scale. Emeka came to us from Ohio State Buckeyes last year. Emeka finished up with 74 passes, 1,151 yards, 10 touchdowns last year, and put 2 on the ground. Now Tez comes to us from Oregon, and Tez last year had 83 catches for 898 yards and also 10 touchdowns. Now you take Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and then you add the potential of 2 new rookie 1,000-yard receivers and allow them possibly to have breakout seasons. The potential is definitely there. I'm just waiting to see what kind of packages Josh Grizz is working on to really highlight all of these different players' skills and talents for the NFL and the defenses out there this year. I have been not so ready for football in a long time, and man, let me tell you, I am just I'm ecstatic. I can't wait for the season to start and get kicked off and get ready to go. But the talent is definitely there in Tampa. Why we're underrated, I don't know. I really think that the culture that has been in Tampa Bay has always been a culture of trying to come out of the box or come out of the ceiling that people place us at. Well, I'm here to put the league on notice. The box, we out of the box. Ain't no ceiling. We possibly the 2025 Super Bowl champions. Regardless of what you believe, tell me what you believe. Comment down below. Engage with me. Let me know what your opinions are. Do you think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, based on the numbers, can go into this year and be the 2025 Super Bowl champions like I believe? Let's see. But I tell you what, until then, stay tuned. Remember, like, comment, and subscribe. And Buc'n die hard.
Ladies and gentlemen,